The barn's down, the beams are collected. Now it's time to do something with them. In 5 easy steps, you can turn these beams into standout beams. Step 1, checking for metal. Not just metal, but foreign objects as well, such as stones when the metal detector goes over it, bullets, lead, or something that may not show up. This is our primary step. We do this every time that we're working with reclaimed wood, especially barnwood, because you never know what could have been nailed in or lodged in these beautiful beams over the past 100 and some years. Metal detecting is important. Every time that we get an indicator, we'll stop, make a pencil mark so we can come back to it later and either A, take the nail out, or B, drive the nail in further. Driving the nail in further is a great option if you don't intend on hollowing out some of the center, maybe to make the beam lighter, or coming close to it with a saw blade. This step is easy to overlook because you got your beam, you got the time, you got the tools, you're ready to go, and you just want to get right into it. Stop where you are, metal detect first. The restorer. This tool here is like our primary staple, and what we're using right now is that wire wheel. What it's doing effectively is cleaning in between the grain, and as a result, it's lifting the grain where you can actually see it. It kind of looks like corduroy pants. We put a link in the description for any of the tools that we're using, should you want to go check it out. Following up on that previous step, we didn't show in the video, quite often we use this just to accompany the restore and get in the places where it's really hard to get. We'll put a link in the description that'll take you to the video on how we clean our barnwood beams. Also, I'll leave a link at the end of this video. Step 3 is taking care of the imperfections. You can see how that should never be on there. Completely get rid of it. Anything that looks weak, get rid of it. Did you know that you can reuse beams that come from old barns or outbuildings and use them for structural purposes? All you have to do is get them engineer stamped so they get certified to be used structurally. Exact same as engineered rafters. Like my wood. For this step, we're just going to use the hand plane, go with the grain, and just lightly touch the corner. Okay? Like, I'm not looking for perfect. If I was looking for perfect, I'd set up a jig. I might even run it on the top lightly. Super fine. Like, if you have any comments on this video of what we could have done differently or what you do differently, go ahead, put it in the comments. We'll reply to each and every one of you. If you happen to go against the grain, okay, you might really rip out a piece. That's okay, just go back to the other step. Put away the hand plane. Grab the sander. That's gonna get in to all the grooves, finish this off, and make it smooth to the touch. We're gonna go 80 grit, and then we're gonna go 120. What you wanna do at this point is cut it down to the exact length. So every time that we work on beams like this, we always leave it like 6 to 8 inches long. These ones here are actually 12 inches longer than desired. All right, bonus time. We're gonna drop a few extra tips. There's a few different methods of putting stain on. Obviously, rags, which I wouldn't recommend. If you don't have a sprayer like we do, a brush, I would recommend using a brush. Don't use a rag. The reason why is because you won't get into the cracks. The Semi-Pro 2 is perfect for us, or even spray cans. Once you start getting bigger projects like this, spray cans maybe are kind of out of the question because of the price, but if you go ahead and use a brush, just make sure that you get in all the cracks. We'll take a rag and just smooth that out and get rid of any of the excess. Then allow sufficient dry time. That's huge. Clear coat. If you guys are wondering, we're using a Varathane to coat these. Our first coat we put on a little bit heavier than recommended because that Barnwood just sucks it in. We're gonna be applying minimum 3 coats. Generally, we check it after 3. If it's nice and smooth to the touch, then you're good. If you're still getting that feel where it's not silky smooth, then you're gonna want maybe 1 or 2 more coats. If you wanna learn more about how we clean Barnwood beams, you're gonna wanna check out this video next. Oh, and hit subscribe on your way by.